Hi everyone, so this is my boyfriend Ash. So I haven't actually been able to see him since lockdown began, but we've found many ways to stay connected. We've been doing long distance Scrabble, Pictionary, chess, which we are both equally as bad as each other at. FaceTiming every day, reading books together, praying together, and lots of quizzes. For you guys to get to know Ash just a little bit better, I've got a bit of a quick fire round questions. So are you ready?
Yeah, far away. I'm ready.
Here we go. Okay, so your favourite season,
Spring.
movie,
The Great Escape.
TV show,
Only Fools and Horses.
sport,
Football.
animal,
Penguin.
fast food place,
McDonald's.
which is actually, that's where we went on our first date, right? So if you had a superpower, what superpower would you have?
I'd probably opt for invisibility, I would say.
Where would you most like to live?
I've got to say Anglesey.
And in the past 4 days, how far have you ran?
So from Saturday until today, Saturday through Tuesday, I've done half a marathon each day.
Yeah, that's very impressive. Well done. How old were you when you decided that following Jesus was the best choice for your life?
I was 8 years old. It was a Friday. I want to say something like the 6th of August 2004, just 5 days before my 9th birthday. So I'm sure you can all work out my age from that.
So how did that decision help you as a young person?
So certainly, growing up, obviously, as you grow up, there's a lot of education through school in particular, and there's a phrase that says the school days are the best days of your life. Now, for me, I've perhaps challenged that, but in terms of friends I've made and still keep in touch with, playing out with them outside of school, and obviously a few lasts in school, yeah, it was, some good times. But from the academic point of view, I struggled a little bit in terms of enjoyment. I didn't really know what subjects I was perhaps good at or enjoyed or what I wanted to do later on. So from that point of view, I guess it was a little bit of a struggle, but I also felt that God would always speak to me and tell me that the academic side of things are very important. For me, I'm quite a bit of a worrier for a lot of things, and certainly with school, I'd be conscious of how well I was doing, and I have a note on my phone about it's loads of verses, Bible verses, and thoughts about worry. And again, I feel like that's God speaking through me to not to worry. And although schoolwork is important, I think He also helped me to find my identity in Him and not just through the schoolwork. And that no matter what grades I would get, that He loves me no matter what. But I feel like the worry side of things for me, I think God used that as motivation to do well. But also going back to the Bible, it teaches us to love and respect everybody, and the same through school, through classmates, teachers, whoever it may be. Even if you're not so good friends with them, always be respectful. And also, He helped me to, certainly later on, certainly through college and university, as I got a bit older, He helped me to turn bad grades around. For example, I took geography in college, and one exam I got an E, and I was thinking about dropping it ahead of the second year. But the second exam I got an A, which brought my overall grade a bit higher. And also for university, obtaining the degree, the job I've got now, although you didn't need any experience, you needed a degree, which was ideal for me. And through this job now, it's helped me to make some really good and close friends. So through prayer and through reading and taking time to listen to God, He helped me to obtain what was required in terms of grades and qualifications to get to where I am now.
So what advice would you give any young person, especially who is struggling with lockdown?
It's strange times, none of us have ever experienced like this. And of course, there can be restlessness, a bit of frustration. I've experienced that, of course. But if there are any low moments that anyone occurs, which I'm sure we will have, I would advise, stick on your favourite film, your favourite TV show, listen to your favourite music. Just take that time to yourself. But also talk, don't be afraid to be open and talk to people, a friend, a family member, about how you are feeling. But also I think it's important to talk to God, this through prayer, read a few verses from the Bible where He's, talking to us, and the Bible is filled with so much hope and positivity, optimism and good news. And just a few verses or find a story, some of the great stories, Daniel and Joseph, Moses, Elijah, people like this. There's some great stories that can easily be found. But also through prayer when it's our time to speak with God, because He always listens, He knows our every need. And I think there's three things for me in terms of, I think you can thank God for things.
Mm.
You can ask God for things, and you could also apologize for things. I think could be a good starting point for anybody through prayer, which is, it's a conversation with God. It's we want to create a relationship with God. if the things you're thankful for, even if it's just that day, the food and drink provided, someone you spoke to that day, your family, the technology that allows us to communicate, especially during this time. And also in terms of asking God for things, it can be, a peaceful household to resolve any fallouts. It might be a good night's sleep, to maybe open communication with someone you're not spoken to for a while, just to see how they're doing, especially during these strange times. Asking God that the right decisions can be made by those in power, and also apologising for things. It's important to say sorry, not only to that person, if your sibling, if you've fallen out, but also to God. Again, it might be an argument with a sibling or a parent, or bad thought. And I think these three things, thanking God, asking God, and apologising, can be three good starting points for a relationship and connection with God, especially during this time. And it's important to trust him, because he will see us through these times. We will get to meet together one day. It's in his hands. He's never let me down to date, and I know that he never will. So it's important to trust him, because he will see us through.
So thank you so much, Ash, for that. That's really encouraging. And yeah, if you have any questions for Ash, if you're interested in any more about him or his faith, then definitely send us your questions.